Well, another day has passed. We're now at the 2nd of January. Well, just barely, because it's 11 past midnight on the 2nd of January. Or the tooth, as I like to say sometimes. I do this weird thing where I'll put TH at the end of any number, regardless of whether TH is appropriate for that number or not. So, like 15th would be an appropriate use of TH. But if you had 2-2, most people would say 22nd, but sometimes, just to be weird, I'll say like the 22th or the 23th, something like that. Anyway, that was a little weird bunny trail that I didn't plan on. But hey, that's kind of what these little talks are supposed to be, aren't they? It's kind of me expounding what's in my brain. Anyway, so as promised yesterday, this is my my birthday bourbon that I drank the rest of last night. And I was having trouble remembering because I don't often drink Jim Beam. Jim Beam makes really good stuff, but I don't often buy Jim Beam. But this one was interesting. I think it was like $35, so it's really not bad for a bottle of bourbon. And I've thought the twice barreled was kind of interesting, so I decided I'd try it, and it was really, really, really good. Jim Beam likes to use charred barrels, which can sometimes make a sort of a sharper taste. It gives it the smokiness that I like in a bourbon. But the double oaking just made the smokiness really deep, and it was super smooth. Like Jim Beam tends to have a bit of an edge to it. It kind of bites you back, but this didn't do that. It was really, really quite delicious bourbon. Anyway, so that's what I was drinking yesterday. What was I going to talk about today? Well, I have my list here. So I volunteer on the YouTube help forums, mainly as for something to do. I had originally gone to the YouTube forums to learn some stuff because I was having some problems with my channel, way back when. So I popped on to learn some things and noticed that they were in dire need of people that knew about stuff. So I started learning about stuff, and then I started, helping post answers and supporting the contributors of the community. And then earlier this year, I was invited to join the well, at that time they called it the Top Contributor Program, but now it's called the Product Expert Program. So I'm a product expert on the YouTube forums because, ow. Alright, I have a blister from snow shoveling today because it's snowed a bunch more. Anyway, so I got invited to be a product expert, and that's been an interesting time. There are, well, the term I use is deliberately ignorant people out there. And I use the term deliberately ignorant because people say that calling somebody stupid is rude. So instead I use deliberately ignorant. Because these people sign up for YouTube, and there's a little box that says, I have read and understood the YouTube policies, and will follow them, or something to that effect. And you have to check that check mark in order to create an account. So these people check that check mark and then proceed to never read the terms and services, or the terms of service and the policies. Which, granted, not a lot of people actually do that. I do. And I've gotten even more careful about it since I started working in the forum. And when I say working, I mean volunteering my time, because I do not get a paycheck for it. Which actually reflects in the way I help people. If they actually need real help, I'll be quite respectful and helpful and link them to the pages they need and give them the advice that they need to know. But when somebody is just deliberately ignorant, I tend to deal with them a bit more, shall we say, bluntly? Yeah, we'll go with bluntly. That's good, yeah. So I deal with them in a very blunt and straightforward manner because I don't have time for stupid people. And one class of these stupid people are the stupid people that don't read the terms of service and they don't read the policies, and then they come onto the forum saying, my channel was banned for no reason. If I had $1 for every thread that has had somebody say that their channel was banned for no reason and they had no idea why, and they were actually lying about it because they knew why they were banned, well, I certainly wouldn't be living here and I wouldn't be having to beg for Patreon donations. That is for absolute certain. We probably get 15 or 20 people coming in complaining about their channel being terminated for no reason. Now, yes, YouTube does make mistakes. I have helped some people who have had their channel terminated mistakenly. But 99.9% of the time, if you got your channel terminated by YouTube, you deserved it. Now go away. Because when you've had a channel terminated, you are permanently banned. You can't create new channels, you can't operate old channels. You can no longer upload content to YouTube. And they have to be so harsh because there are over 1 billion users on YouTube, and probably a good 300 million of those have channels. And of those 300 million, probably a good 200 million of those channels are actually active. So YouTube doesn't have time for rule breakers. They have far too many channels to keep track of. So if you screw up, you're going to lose your channel, and that's the end of the discussion. You know, and that rolls into things like simple policy violations, like, you know, going into people's other creators' videos and saying, hey, come check out my channel. That's not allowed. That's spam. And spam is a violation that'll get you terminated right away. Another one that people really like to do is sub for sub. You know, if you sub to me, I'll sub to you. Don't ever, 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 ever do that. You will get your channel terminated because that falls under the artificial traffic policies. Also, it doesn't do you any good. Subscribers that don't interact with your channel actually harm your channel. Because the algorithm's going to come along, somebody searches for something, and maybe you have a video for that something that they're searching. And let's say you did sub for sub or purchased subscribers, which is another thing that people do. It absolutely astonishes me that people think this is a good idea. But anyway, so they purchase subscribers or whatever. So they have 15,000 subscribers. They're not actually subscribers. They're not interacting with the channel. They're not watching videos. They're just subscribed. So the algorithm comes along and says, okay, well, this person has some keywords in their video content that, you know, fit in with this search, but they have 15,000 subscribers and only 2 people have watched it. This must be a really shitty video. I'm not going to put it in the search results. Whereas if you have 10 subscribers and you have a video up and, you know, say 15 people have watched that video, well, now we've got a video that has not only been watched by your subscribers have engaged with it, but people who aren't your subscribers have also engaged with it. That is a video that the search algorithm... Oh, apparently I just told you all to live long and prosper. Anyway, the search algorithm is going to say, okay, that video has a very high engagement, so I'm going to put it into the search results. There's no way to treat the system, people. Google's stock and trade is information. They are one of the richest companies on the planet, and they got that rich by working with data. You, whoever you are not smart enough to trick those algorithms or bypass security measures or anti-spam measures or anything like that. YouTube is smarter than you will ever be because they have a lot of incredibly smart people working for them that get paid to go in and try to figure out how to best control the data. That is how they make money. So I guess the point of this discussion is, don't think that you can get one over on a multi-billion-dollar corporation with your $5 purchased subscribers. Just don't do it. Use social media, build your channel naturally. It's hard work, you'll get very little return. When you finally do get monetized, you're not going to be making a lot of money. This is not a gig for somebody who wants to make easy money. It's hard work. I'm terrible at it. My upload schedule is sporadic at best. My filming setup isn't that great. My, actual filming room isn't that great. I'm not good at processing audio. I'm terrible at editing. But I have still gained 517 subscribers. These are legitimate subscribers. I have a very high engagement rating with my subscribers on my videos, and that's important. Eventually I'll get to 1,000, and then I can finally, get reviewed for monetization, and I'm uploading content that I've created myself. It's educational. I like to think it's interesting, and it is completely mine, which means I have a very good chance of being monetized because people engage with my videos. I have organic subscribers, organic interaction. Organic is a term for people came to my videos through search results or recommended videos or whatever. I didn't send them to the videos, they found the videos on their own. That's what an organic interaction is. But yeah, so, and it's been hard work, and it's slow, and eventually I'll reap the reward of it. But people have to understand, it's not easy. You have to work very hard to be successful, or even make a tiny amount of money on YouTube. One of the other things that really drives me crazy is copyright. If you didn't film it, if you didn't produce it, if you didn't make it yourself, don't upload it. It's a very simple concept. I see people complaining about being terminated or having strikes on their account because they were uploading full movies or because they're showing people how to download movies. And just a couple of days ago, there was a guy who felt that because he had purchased the DVD that he could upload it on YouTube and make money off of it. We had to teach him the difference between a personal use license and a commercial use license. And then there are people that think they can dodge copyright by stripping the audio and putting music over it. Generally, they don't use copyright-free music either, so that's a whole nother problem. Or they'll use an automated, text-to-speech thing. Using one of those will pretty much unilaterally get you demonetized because it's very commonly used to dodge the Content ID system, which is basically an automated detection for copyrighted material and automatically places claims on your videos for the copyright owner. But, again, YouTube is smarter than you are. You can't bypass or override these. Now, granted, there are a lot of channels that seem to get away with it, and, that is a problem. And a lot of people are like, well, those channels get away with it, I should be allowed to get away with it. Well, that's not the way the policies work. And it's not the way life works, but some people still seem to think that that's how life works. And then they think, oh, I got 3 copyright strikes and my channel was terminated, which that's a thing. You get you have 3 strikes and then your channel is terminated. So they come to the forum, oh, please release my copyright strikes. Well, YouTube can't do that by law. The only person that can release a copyright strike is the copyright owner. And these people would know that if they took the time to read the policies that they agreed to reading. It's very frustrating. And all of us on the forum, the YouTube help forum, especially in these last couple of months, have been seriously stressed out trying to deal with the endless flood of idiots. So that's my rant for today. yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I have way exceeded my 10-minute limit today. I know that YouTube's monetization stuff is a big buzzword right now, so, you know, probably people that are looking for answers about monetization will come to this video because of the tags. Go ahead and ask questions. I will answer them. I'm not going to be kind if you're dumb. So do your research, read the policies, read the YouTube or the YouTube Partner Program policies and guidelines. Read the community guidelines, read the copyright guidelines. There's the YouTube Creator Academy that makes pretty graphics and videos and everything to help you learn this stuff. Before you ask me a question, try to find the answer yourself. You may learn something. Anyway, that's enough for today. If you haven't already, consider clicking here to subscribe, and right here will be a video that YouTube thinks you'll find interesting. There's that search algorithm that I was talking about. It's going to pick one for you. Bye-bye.